Hello.
Hi, Joan.
Hello.
Hi. Can't be that long. Oh man, look at the cleanup that's going on in there still.
Hopefully they don't find anything in there.
Hopefully they got it out before it starts growing mold.
Yeah.
Right, well, I was late getting rid of my 2 o'clock client. Is Sherry here? Are we ready to get started?
Looks like
Yeah, I'm
Sherry's
here.
Hi.
I'm here.
You ready to get going?
Sure.
I don't think there's anybody else joining us.
I thought Dorothy.
No.
Oh, there's Dorothy.
She had originally said she wasn't going to be able to make it, but I mean, I see
Yeah,
her.
but then
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
here.
then she came back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my camera's not working.
Ah, gotcha. All right, Sherry, we've got 3 items on the agenda. The
Yes.
first one is the Kellerton extension, and we haven't seen that one. So do you have the information to fill us in a little bit?
Yeah, let's see. This is the, they're asking for an extension of the preliminary plat and
Mhm.
final site plan for land-based D&E. And, we've already granted one staff level extension. But the land management code requires that any subsequent extensions must be approved by you guys.
Okay.
So that will give them additional time to finalize their final plats, which will record their lots. So they had, I didn't open their letter that they had. They stated their reasoning for the request in their letter. So, and then it looks like Gabrielle said there are some criteria and findings that you guys should make when you grant that type of extension. And she put those in the recommendations.
Okay. Anything else?
Yep, that's it.
All right. Does anybody have any questions?
No, thank you.
Nope.
No.
All right. That was fast. Next one is the Warman's Mill Apartments.
Yes.
Anything new that we need to know?
I don't think so. It looks like the staff report was an abbreviated one that just reiterates staff's position and also provides conditions for both the master plan and the zoning map amendment that Pam would recommend that the commission consider if you're going to recommend approval of the or if you're wanting to approve the application. So
do you have that in front of you?
Hold on one second, I can get it.
I don't have it in front of me and also be able to be on camera. So if you have it, if you could just kind of summarize the conditions just so we hear them before Monday, that would be useful.
Absolutely. Let me just, my computer's being slow.
Of course, it's Friday.
Of course. It's like I'm done for the day. Let's see.
From the sounds of it, it's good you can't leave yet because all of the highways are at a standstill, supposedly.
Oh no, what's going on?
Accidents.
They
everywhere. All the accidents
they
everywhere.
are.
I mean, I'm up in Smithsburg, so I'm not sure how I'm going to get home.
Wow.
Unless you're headed 15 south, it's blocked. Everything
15
is
south
blocked.
is blocked. 40. I mean,
No,
70
15
eastbound.
south
right
was pretty good. 15
yeah, but
south was pretty good.
had to
But going
roll
north,
over.
forget it.
They just had a rollover accident with, 2 semis, a box truck and a passenger car,
Oh my gosh.
right outside of right at the 15, 340, 70 interchange. I'm like, oops.
That's why. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So sorry.
Luckily,
interrupted.
I am home working today,
Oh,
so,
good.
And apparently we had a motorcycle accident at South Street and South Market.
Oh,
last
boy.
night. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I have, so the recommendation still says that staff finds the project does not fully meet any of the applicable criteria for mixed-use development in
Mhm.
accordance with section 417. Lacks compensating features that address the purpose and intent. Let's see. Reading down through here. It says, while the project may highlight potential regulatory limitations for affordable housing projects in the city, approval of the project should be based on compliance with the existing regulatory framework for the requested zone. So the conditions that staff is recommending is that one is the afforestation and reforestation requirements for the project being met on site in accordance with the forest conservation requirements in the land management code.
Mhm.
Two, that the applicant construct or fund the construction of the portion of the rails with trails path from the southern limits of the project north to where the ramp for the future bridge crossing over Route 15 and Maryland 26 will begin. Number three, that any costs associated with the design, permitting, and construction of future access points to the project across the Rails with Trails project be fully funded and constructed by the developer. Number four, that vehicular access from Hum Lane to North Market Street be limited to emergency access only. And the fifth one is that the development of the property adheres to the standards that are established in section 31-721A, flood protection setback, in section 31-29B, flood protection setback restrictions, and that these standards are not modifiable at subsequent stages of the development process.
Okay.
So that was for the zoning map amendment.
Okay. That's good.
There are also 8 recommendations for conditions for the master plan. Do you want me to read through those too?
It's up to everybody else. Do you want to hear them?
Yes, I do.
Yes,
Okay.
please then.
Okay. So the first one is revise the street detail for Hum Lane on sheet 1 of the plan to depict a minimum 20-foot wide paved road with an 8-foot wide trail connection and a footnote added to the detail stating that a city standard driveway apron will be constructed at North Market Street. 2, add a note stating that a permit must be obtained from the Maryland Transit Administration for the construction of Hum Lane as an emergency access to cross the MTA right-of-way prior to unconditional approval of the site, of the final site plan. 3 is provide a detail for the proposed monumented site access off Warman's Mill Court. 4 is delete note 27 regarding this 10-foot stream buffer and provide a note indicating that the project will comply with the requirements of section 31-721A flood protection setback and section 31-29B flood protection setback restrictions of the city code and the 50-foot stream buffer. Number 5, delete subsection E of note 24 regarding the stream valley buffer modification. Number 6, revise note 17 to delete the following. Buffers will be reduced as needed to maintain this density. Number 7, update note 15 with the dates of the APFO certificate approvals. And finally, revise note 3 to correctly reference the Parks and Recreation Commission. They put parkland, and so they just need to correct that. So that's all of those.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, are we going to get, that kind of verbiage before our meeting, or do we have to wait?
It's
the
already-
hearing?
It's in the,
already staff report.
Oh, it is? Got it.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
all in the staff report.
Thank you. Okay.
anything else?
Yeah,
That's
so,
it, Dorothy, go ahead.
yeah, so I have just a request or slash comment for Cherian, if he's on, just to, for Monday night, if possible, just, be prepared to speak to any future traffic projects or scenarios in that area, just for Monday night, to be prepared to speak to that. And I know, Sharon, in the past, you've been great at giving us like, I think, I don't want to call it a map, but like a local thing of all the places where, there's roads or whatever being built in the future, whether it's the state or whatever. So if there's anything, any future traffic projections or scenarios in that area for the future, it'd be great to hear about that Monday night. And then also, and then maybe, I don't know if this is you too, Sharon, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Just someone on staff being able to speak to what are the requirements of a public street, and how does it differ from a private street, and can there be some type of what would be required or needed for a possible modified public street? Just as an example. So that's just for Monday night, just wanting to hear some of that. And that's in regards to Hum Lane, of course. Just, if it's a private street and they don't meet the requirement for a public street, could they meet the requirement for a modified public street? Is that even a possibility? If yes, great. If not, why? Just that for Monday night. Thank you. That was all for me.
Okay. April, do you have anything?
No, I'm with Dorothy. I love that.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys had a chance to see, but I had spent some time kind of coming up with some possible findings for some of the actions wording for Monday night. Of course, everybody is free to add their own thoughts to it and expand on it.
Yeah,
Let me jump in here real
Joan,
quick.
where would that,
I
Joan,
haven't,
where would that be?
I just
Let me-
emailed it about an hour ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I haven't looked at anything yet in my
Okay.
emails.
Okay,
That's
let me
fine.
jump in. Let me jump in, guys. I do not want you to reply on email to this because that would be an offline discussion. So
Right.
you can look at it, you can talk about it. And, I think that we should reserve our comments for Monday night. So while it was emailed out, let's not have any sort of offline discussion or back and forth, okay? Just to keep
Yep.
this, out in the public. That would be the best thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Nope.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Scott.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure that everybody had something to work with since I promised to do it before the meeting.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Fine, I haven't looked at it yet, so.
That's fine.
And thank you for that.
Yeah.
I got a chance to peruse it, but one other question I have is, did the applicant at the end of our conversation last month indicated that they were going to help us?
That's
With-
online as well. There's
Yeah,
a
everything
section
is online.
online called applicant findings.
Got it. Okay,
Yep.
It's all there.
great.
And then I guess the only thing that I just want to remind all of us, and Scott, jump in if I'm saying something wrong, is just a reminder that whatever we, however we decide, it's our job as a commission to come to our own conclusions regarding findings. And that we shouldn't, we've always supposed to been able to just like not repeat what either the staff report says, but to reach our own conclusions. So,
That's right. In fact, I just was at a conference recently, and there's a case I'm going to share with everybody from the Court of Appeals that discusses that in great detail. It says the planning commission down in, I think it's Montgomery County or somewhere, just said, fine, whatever the planning commission said. And they got roasted on appeal. And so
Yeah.
I'm going to share this with you. It's bad for that planning commission, but it's good that somebody else sort of took the fall for that. And it really backs up what Joan just said, is when we do findings, even if it's a routine case, right? Even if it's a routine approval, you got to give some kind of a this is why we're doing it.
Right.
So I'll give it to everybody at one point in time. We can then use it as a training module
That'd
and
be
talk
great,
about it
yeah.
later. But I'll share it with you. But it was really eye-opening for me. I was very fortunate to sit next to the chief judge of the Court of Appeals, and it was his case. And I said this stuff, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, that doesn't sound like you guys are doing it right at all." And I said, "Well, yeah, we are actually." But it was really eye-opening. So I'm going to get this. I'll print it off and I'll share it with everybody.
That'd be
But
great.
yeah, that finding is the answer.
I mean, and I think
Yeah.
we've all recently, it's just so easy to read the findings off the staff report.
Right,
And,
right.
and
But, yeah.
especially in a situation like this, we just need to make sure that we've all thought it through and reached our own conclusions.
Yep,
So-
Yeah,
very
and
good.
I began writing my own as well.
Yeah.
But I will share that Monday night. I'm not done, but yes.
Yeah,
So-
cool. All right. Do we have anything else on Warman's Mill? Thank you, Scott.
Nope, that's it.
Oh, April.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Wait.
sorry. No, sorry.
Oh, okay. You look like you were waving your hand and saying me. Okay, great.
Sorry.
All right. So then the last thing on the agenda is the Ballinger Center self-storage.
Yes, we do have we did get the certs signed today for water, sewer, and the exemption for roads. So they are all good to go. And they're online. Although if you want me, I can mail them to you or email them
Jennifer-
to you.
Jennifer did.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen. So yeah, so that's ready to go. And I don't have really anything else to add. So
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for Sherry?
No, thank you.
No. Dorothy?
None, thank you.
All right. Is there anything else we need to talk about?
No, I just
only
appreciated,
3:17.
I appreciated Gabby sending out what she sent out to help, set the framework
Yes.
for Monday.
Yep.
So that
Yeah,
was
that was
extremely helpful.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Guess
wonderful.
if there's nothing else, we'll adjourn the meeting.
All right,
Okay.
bye.
Bye,
All right,
everybody. Have a good
thank you.
Good weekend,
weekend.
all.
Okay.
Bye-bye.